2.5 grand.
So I'm just going to take a video of our roads in Adelaide. Yeah, so just to clarify it even further, would you say like second-hand from a dealer is okay, or second-hand but somewhere else?
Yeah, I think second-hand from a dealer is okay, because to be honest with you, when they're selling it privately, A, you get no warranty whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
B, the general populace are as crooked as the dealers.
Yeah.
And they want top dollar. They don't want to be buying it as cheap as selling it as cheap as the dealer will offer them. So there are exceptions. There's people like Norman, who would have been quite happy to sell his for, you know, probably 3 actually, or 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew the full history. If you have someone who you know the full history, and that, fine. But if it's just somebody, oh, I've seen it in Gumtree.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of my feeling as well, was, you know, if you got it privately,
Yeah.
You don't know, you know, the situation with the car.
And you get absolutely no warranty.
Yeah. So I was thinking probably second hand from a dealer it would be the way to go.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so that you get at least some warranty.
Mm-hmm.
But you also need to avoid certain cars. Number one, the car you're looking at, you'd want to check out that they don't have Takata airbags.
What's a Takata airbag?
All those airbags that were faulty and killing people.
Oh. Yeah.
You haven't been following that?
No.
Oh, your car hasn't got a Takata airbag, has it?
I don't know. I only just got the airbag replaced recently. The reason I got it replaced was because it was attached to the horn, and the horn got worn out. So I got a second-hand one though, because a brand new one was so expensive. It was like
wait a minute.
$1,400.
I mean, I wonder, was it a Takata? Because if it was a Takata, they'd replace it free.
I don't know.
Well, there's
something to look into.
Toyota, Holdens, Fords, Mazda, all used Takata airbags, and the Takata mob were one of the biggest, I think, airbag company in the world.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, BMW, people like that, VW, same deal. So this Takata mob decided, oh, we can save money here. We'll use, because as you know, they used to go off with a shotgun cartridge. That's what propelled them.
Yeah.
So they decided to use this explosive powder, which is the stuff the bad guys use for making bombs. You know, the fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, there's I'm trying to think what it is.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I mean, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
There's a fertilizer that you can make a bomb out of easily.
Yeah.
It's one of the products for explosives.
Mm-hmm.
And so they decided to use them. And of course, it's susceptible to moisture. And all of a sudden, airbags were going off and propelling shrapnel.
Oh wow, that's intense.
And well, there was quite a few people killed.
Yeah.
Or they'd go off when they shouldn't. You had a very minor, you know, bump, and poof, off they'd go. So there was at first it was just, oh, it's one of those things, and then all of a sudden, oh, hang on a minute, we got to inquire. And they ended up saying, hang on a minute, these people knew, the two of the top people in Takata, the chemists, laughed and said, look, we're not being a part of this, because this stuff should never be used. Potassium permanganate or something like that. It's dangerous. It's not a stable chemical. So they left. There was a big thing on the TV. I'm amazed you didn't see it.
How long ago on the TV was this?
Oh, reasonably recently, 6 months ago or so.
Oh, 6 months ago, yeah. I don't know.
And so they interviewed these people in that worked in the factory in the production line, and the guys are saying, yeah, we started to get worried because we'd put a defect on these things, and then later on down the line we'd seen them back on with they're okay.
Yeah.
Stamped with a pass. So they left.
Yeah.
And consequently, Takata, I'm not even sure they haven't gone bankrupt. But what was really annoying was that Toyota, Mazda, and car companies like that did eventually realize that they weren't safe, but they still kept putting them in.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So, makes you wonder about the companies.
Kind of sounds a little like, yeah, I don't know.
And of course, by the way, Subaru's another one.
Yeah.
Matt's, my brother-in-law's Subaru, had a Takata airbag that needed replacing, and so they replaced it. But what's turned out is that because there's been so many of them, thousands and thousands and thousands of these things worldwide, that they didn't have enough. So they were putting the same ones in, but they were newer, and they'd put a desiccant to absorb the moisture to make them last longer. But eventually they'll have to replace them again. So he's in that pigeonhole at the moment. One of the few companies that no matter what one model you buy, you won't have a problem, was Hyundai, because they don't fucking buy Takata airbags. They make everything. They make their own.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Hyundai.
Look, they're the only car company in the world that makes their own steel. There was a documentary one time, and it was showing the ship, a Hyundai ship actually, because they build ships as well, would you believe? Picking up the iron ore from Western Australia,
Yeah.
Dampier or wherever it was, going to Korea, South Korea, unloading the iron ore into their steel making plant, into the blast furnaces. The steel gets made, comes out the other end as ingots, then goes into the rolling plant, and they roll the rolls of sheet metal, comes out of there into their car plant and gets made into cars. So they've got complete control over the steel, everything that goes into the car.
Yeah, so they
So no,
have everything.
Yeah.
Vertically integrated.
but I mean, Toyota are a fantastic company, but they've had some bloody dodgy brothers things of late. You know, like those airbags, then they had the throttle sticking on the Priuses and that. They did have a few issues. Yeah, so I'd be careful what cars you buy. Suzuki I like. And I do like Mitsubishi.
Oh, Mitsubishi, okay.
I like
I've got a
Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
I've got nothing against Lancer, but I would check on the airbags because they may have been using them.
Yeah, no, well, what I've heard about Mitsubishi is that they're easy to get serviced.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they,
Yeah,
you
no,
they
they
don't usually have problems with them.
No, the motors are very reliable.
That's good to hear about Suzuki because my nan and pop used to have a Suzuki. It's a Suzuki Swift.
Yeah.
And then when they got a new car, they sold that to my mum. So then we had that for a long time as well.
Yeah. Well, Liam had a Suzuki, as you know, a Suzuki Ignis.
Yeah.
And we
was that the one he was driving just recently?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, that
cool,
white was a Suzuki Ignis.
So that was the Suzuki. Oh wow.
And he had a really good run in it,
Yeah.
considering they didn't really look after it. And one of the things was, by the way, would you like something to eat?
No, that's fine.
Because I can pick you up a McDonald's or a Hungry Jack or a Subway.
Oh no, that's all good. I've already got plans what I want to get when I get home. So
You sure now?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to a bowl of oatmeal for the last 14, 15 hours. So
Oh, okay.
I've got my heart set on that.
Fair enough.
Black cup of coffee.